Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story. By now, everyone should know that Lil Durk, he's behind the bars right now where he's supposed to be. You know, the first time he went behind the bars, he didn't learn his lesson. He was behind the bars back in 2011. He did about 3 months. You know, he didn't learn his lesson. Or maybe it wasn't that bad for him behind there. Imagine that. Maybe the reason why, because he was doing time in Chicago, in his backyard. That's it. But right now, he's no longer in his backyard. He's in California, home of the Bloods and the Crips. Those guys right there is what you call real gangbangers. They said gangbangers started off in California. So basically, Lil Durk right now, he's gonna be behind the bars in California. As I said, those are different type of breed, a different breed right there of monsters, if you know what I'm saying. Not monsters, you know what I'm saying. Different breed of gangsters. You know, I heard that some of them they use their shoestrings just to floss. Think about that. Floss your teeth. As I said, these are brutal individuals. These are not regular people. So this is who Lil Durk is going to be around. You know, brutal individuals. But what I was thinking about, maybe it's for the best. The reason why I say that, because I was watching an interview, the same individual who they said set up Lil Durk. He wore a wire, OTF jammed. I saw an interview. He was saying, you know what? Wow, I was behind the bars for 12 years. You know, I went in there at a young age, came out. I believe he went in when he was like 17, 18, I believe. Came out, and I just saw nothing but millions and millions of dollars everywhere around. I've never seen anything like this before. I've never been accustomed to anything like this before. Think about it. So basically, Jams, he was basically like how could I say it? I don't want to say that word, but he was basically like I don't want to say that word. You know, but I'm going to say it anyways. He was basically like a strayed animal. You know, and basically what happens, it's like he came across some food, meaning, Lil Durk. Lil Durk gave him all that money. And then what happened after that, he said, you know what? All right, I know what I'm gonna do. I think he said to himself, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to get as much money as possible out of Lil Durk. I believe that's what he said. But what happened is, he ended up getting to a bad situation where his plans didn't go through the way it was supposed to go through, because Jam's original plan was to basically try to get as much money from Lil Durk, meaning this is what he's going to do right here. He was going to go ahead and basically try to rob Durk for that $1 million cash that he had, $1 million worth of games. He was going to do something like that eventually. And I said, don't forget, Jams is like a straight animal. Fresh out of jail, nothing going for him. He doesn't have a job or anything like that. The only thing he sees is the fancy cars, the big mansions, and all the money, all the jewelry. That's what he said. So I'm assuming if Jams didn't get jammed up by the police, he was going to be plotting on taking Lil Durk out. I'm just saying that. That's what I think. The reason why I say that, because if he is willing to wear a wire, on Lil Durk, why wouldn't he be willing to take Lil Durk out the same way? That's what I'm thinking. He wasn't a friend of Lil Durk's. He was actually Lil Durk's enemy. But he thought he was his friend. I was watching an interview with Lil Durk. He said, you know what? What happened with Young Thug? He's like, man, I can't believe his homies would do that to him. We're telling him. Think about it. Why would Lil Durk feel like his friends could be trusted? I had no idea. Believe it or not, most of Lil Durk's friends was all plotting on him. The reason why, because those individuals, they love money. They do anything for money. Except to get a job for it. They really would. So a lot of these individuals was around Lil Durk because eventually they was going to try to get him. I mean, already they was getting money from him here and there, get chains here, get a little car here to drive and this and that, flying private jets and this and that. But believe it, at the end of the day, Lil Durk's friends was basically planning on taking him out. I think. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, they took him out this way. They didn't take him out in a sense where he's gone, but he's gone off the streets. Imagine having an individual who did over 10 years in jail, and he was a down and out individual, and he was, before he went to jail, and you're gonna bring him around millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's like a, you know, I said, like a stray animal. You know, they're gonna sit and they're gonna want to get it. They're hungry, they're starving. You know, so that's where Lil Durk made his mistakes. He wanted to be around gangsters. One thing about gangsters and one thing about criminals, because basically gangsters are criminal. Think about that. When have you ever been able to trust a criminal? A gangster is just basically like a criminal. When have you ever been able to trust a gangster or a criminal? I don't know what Lil Durk's thinking. Gangsters are basically criminals. Criminals can't be trusted. That's why they break crimes and they do all type of criminal activities. You can't trust a criminal as far as you can throw them. Think about it. Think about that. You know? It's crazy. You know? Lil Durk say, you know what? If Young Thug called right now want $100,000, I give it to him. I give it to him like that. Imagine Jams hearing something like that. Oh, it's like that? You got money to give away like that? You're just gonna give him $100,000 like that? You know what? I need that for myself. I need that for myself. So Lil Durk, he kept talking about his money, showing off his money in all his videos. As you see, he's even doing push-ups on his money. You know, a lot of individuals saying, you know what, he's doing that because he's basically signaling, he got that hit out. He got that hit out. He got that hit out on you. That's it. You know, that's all he rapped about. Let's not get too much into that though. But I think that if Lil Durk didn't go behind the bars right now, I believe Jams was planning on taking him out. I really do. I really do. You know, in a worse way. You know, he got exposed to the money. And he said, you know what? This should be me right here. You know, I'm the real gangster. Lil Durk's not the real gangster. I'm the one who did 12 years behind the bars for attempted. You know, I'm that guy right there. You know? So maybe Lil Durk go behind the bars right now for 30 plus years. Maybe he can, he can survive longer that way. Because I believe Jams and some of his other friends was trying to get him. I really do. You can't have too much money around certain individuals. They're gonna want to get you. Why not? It's a natural human instinct. Flexing all that money, someone will say, you know what? Okay. Keep in mind, bills always do. You know? So Lil Durk, hopefully he learned that there's no such thing as friends. Keep in mind, some individuals can't even trust themselves. So imagine trusting somebody else. Sometimes you tell yourself, you know what, self, I'm not going to do this anymore. And you still do it. So if you can't trust yourself, you can't believe yourself, why would you want to put faith in the next man? Then you're not around 24 hours a day. And moving forward, when Lil Durk, if he gets out, I don't know if he gets out, but if he gets out, how is that going to be? When his friends come see him, are they all going to have to be walking around, in their in their shorts? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. In their socks, I don't know. Imagine that, paranoid now. He can't talk to any of his friends anymore. He's paranoid permanently now. You know? Imagine that. He said, you know what? Young Thug's friends, they're no good. They're no good. While his friends was plotting on him. At the same exact time, he's saying Young Thug friends is no good. Now Lil Durk's gonna start saying, man, ain't no such thing only in the family, man. It's only me alone. That's what I realized. Only me alone. Can't trust these people. You can't trust these people. Imagine that. Real families in real life do bad things to each other. Imagine a stranger who you call your family. Unbelievable. That's how it goes sometimes, but I said maybe it's for the best. OTF Jams, only family Jams was planning on getting Lil Durk in another way. But he said, you know what? I don't want to go back behind the bar, so let me just wear the wire. And, whatever. But, he was willing to do something to Lil Durk because imagine Lil Durk found the wire on him at that time. That means he was willing to do something to Lil Durk at the time because if Lil Durk had found him with the wire on, he knew there would have been a problem. So like I said, James was already planning on doing something bad to Lil Durk. It just so happens it played out like this. I'm just talking on that's it. You know? They say crime don't pay, but I see them do it though. Unbelievable.